Hi YouTube, I posted a video of my female blood python eating a rat, and this is the male now. So he's just grabbed it, and hopefully in this video he'll swallow this as well, so I can show you him eating. Luckily he's grabbed it head first again, so it makes it a lot easier for them to swallow if they get it by the head rather than the other end. You can see the rat's nose is still sticking out the side of the mouth here, so you've got to try and get the pointy nose of the rat into his mouth, make it even easier to swallow. So yeah, these are red blood pythons. This is my adult pair. So the male one here is called a matrix morph. It just means that the pattern on the side of him is just a bit more sort of angular. And also if you look at his belly is a more of a sort of grey colour compared to my female, which is a normal coloured version. I actually prefer the normal coloured version to the matrix, but it's quite nice to have both, and it means that, you know, when I breed them, I've bred them already, and you get quite a good mix of babies. You get some normal, some matrix, and I had a T positive albino as well. So if you want to check out my other YouTube videos, you can see I've posted one with my babies, and you can see some of the babies in the tubs there behind. I just rear the babies in these tubs within the big enclosure of the adults, because it just means that it keeps them at a good sort of constant temperature, because this enclosure's got it's got a heat cable that runs underneath it, so it keeps it all really nice and even temperature throughout. There you go, he's managed to get the nose of the rat into his mouth properly, so that'll make it much easier for him to swallow it. Obviously he's going to be dislocating his jaw, and you see he'll do this sort of side to side action, trying to kind of stuff the rat down his throat basically. It is incredible how they do it, you know, considering obviously they have no arms or anything to help push it into their mouth. If you can hear a whirring noise in the background, that's my pet 3-banded armadillo on its wheel. He's got a wheel, and he comes out this time of day, has a really good runabout on his wheel, and then builds his nest and goes to sleep. You can check out him in some of my other videos. He's called Herbie, yeah. So yeah, when you breed these, it's really good fun because the eggs are massive. When the babies hatch out, they're pretty big, and then they grow pretty fast as well. So the ones that I'm rearing up are just about ready to leave these tubs, and then I'll put them in bigger tubs and rack them at the back of this, I guess. Then one day when they're adults, I'll sex them all, see what I've got in terms of males and females, and then decide if I'm going to set up future breeding programs with any of those. Maybe just buy in some other examples from other breeders so that I've got different I think ultimately one day I'd like to keep the T negative albino versions of these. So the T positive version that I had, the baby, that is thiolinase positive. So that means that you can still see quite a lot of pigment from the thiolinase in the actual colouring of the snake, whereas a T negative albino means that it hasn't got any of this thiolinase pigment, and it looks a lot more, you see a lot more red colouring. You can also get these ones called cherry bomb morphs, which are yeah, a lot higher red colouring, and the yellowy sort of colours you can see on the body of this one become much more typical yellow rather than this kind of brownish yellow. I mean I usually prefer like the wild type colouring of pretty much every animal I come across, but there are some nice ones that have been bred in captivity, and actually with things like the crested geckos that I breed, you know, I go for this kind of harlequin colours where I'm trying to bring out as much patterning as possible, and I've been line breeding those for quite a while, so I end up with quite a nice lot of interesting babies. Almost every baby that I hatch now, well, I would say every baby has got good patterning, and I'm going to do the same with gargoyle geckos. I'm trying to get orange or red striped versions of those, and some of my babies are starting to get that, so a few more generations time I should have really good strong orange stripes or red stripes. Okay, you can see as it goes down his body he twists to help it go down, help it be pushed down. But also all the sort of muscles and things inside him are all contracting to help squeeze it down into his body. You can see this kind of undulating effect as it goes down. It becomes even more obvious when the bulk of the rat is right down in his mouth and he does his sort of final yawn at the end. It really does look like the rat is kind of going down by itself. See how he kind of yawns, he does this big gape, and as he does it, it's literally just, you know, what's down his throat, the muscles and things that are just pulling the rat down. Quite incredible. He's not really using his tongue or anything to help him push it down. Yeah, their tongues are quite cool because they're in a tube. I think I mentioned this in my video of my green tree python. The long forked tongue that you see typically of snakes that comes out and sniffs the air gets pulled into this tube in the mouth while they're eating, so it kind of tucks the tongue completely out of the way and means it's not going to, you know, get caught on anything. Or here you go, you see it going down now. Now I'll probably just do a bit of jaw resetting. Yeah, here he goes. That's it. Quite often when they yawn as well, if they've got any bits of substrate and stuff in their mouth, it's a way of getting that out. But most of the little twigs and things, if they swallow it, they'll just pass through them. So excellent. Okay, well I hope you like this video. Check out my other videos and hit subscribe to see any that I post in the future. Thanks for watching.